Hey, for this first real video of getting into, before we get into the actual training and socialization of Quest, I wanted to talk about the different ways that different options people have to bring a dog into their home. Now, for this, obviously, the selection of, hey, it's David again. Hey, it's David with Doggone Problems. Before we get into all of the training and socialization of Little Quest, I wanted to talk about the different ways that people have, the different options people have in terms of bringing a dog into your home. Now, I'm obviously electing to bring in a purebred puppy. It's not the only way to go. I'm bringing in a puppy for specific reasons, and I'm going to talk about that, well, really because I want to give him every advantage, and I'm going to kind of articulate some of the reasons for that in this video. But there's nothing wrong with getting an adult dog, or getting a puppy that's from a shelter or a rescue group. I actually have a dog who's a mixed breed dog who is just a very happy, well-adjusted, almost made me too happy a dog that comes from the Nebraska Humane Society. So I don't want anyone to take this as this series of these videos as me saying that you should not adopt a rescue dog. That's a great thing to do, and I've done it myself. I'm getting Quest specifically as a puppy because I want to give him every advantage to help me rehabilitate other dogs. So I guess before I get into that, I wanted to talk about breeding, breeders, and really how to go about finding the right dog for you. So a lot of people pick dogs based on the way that they date. Oh, that's a cute looking puppy, let's get that. I frequently tell my clients the most important factor when selecting a dog is getting a dog that's energy and breed characteristics match your lifestyle. If you have a very sedentary lifestyle, getting a Dalmatian like I'm getting would be a horrible decision. Now, I lead a very active lifestyle. I'm hiking, biking, running, walking, rollerblading. So Little Quest is going to get a lot of exercise with me. And I like Dalmatians for a number of breed characteristics that I've selected the breed, or that's the reason I selected the breed. But when you're getting a breed, there's a lot, or if you want to go and get a purebred dog, do a little bit of research, because there's a lot of things that you can do that make a big impact, or a lot of different options, I guess I should say, that you can get. Choose from. A Great Dane is a great apartment dog, which most people wouldn't recognize, but it's not a super high energy dog. So just make sure that there are some online websites you can go to that'll help you select a breed. Do some research. If you like a breed, you like the way it looks, find out. Oh, is it a barker? Does it need a lot of exercise? Is it very social? Is it going to match your lifestyle and your home situation? If you don't have a yard, that's going to limit you to the type of dog that you want to get. Now, just like there's a variety of different dogs, there's a variety of different types of breeders out there. There's people that are called backyard breeders, and there's some of them that do a really good job. But when you're breeding a dog and raising a dog, you can have a tremendous impact on how it is going to grow up. And so for example, when I found, before I found Quest Breeder, I went through over 40 different breeders that I spoke to. Some of them were very domineering, very opinionated, had their own opinions and ways of going about things. There's nothing wrong with how they want to go about it. That's what's best for them. I was looking for a dog that had certain characteristics: a low prey drive, very confident, low startle reflex, human orientated. And I was able to find a great breeder. Her name is Linda McSherry out of Norway, Maine. Her kennel is Patch Mountain Dalmatians. And I just could not be happier. She did so many things to set up Little Quest for success that by the time I got him, he was already puppy pad trained. He was not kennel trained, but he was very comfortable going in and out of a kennel. He traveled extraordinarily well on the airplane. He is very curious and has a good disposition and confidence based on the experience and the enrichment they provided in his whelping box and playpen. One of the things some things that you can look for in terms of getting a breeder. One of the first things that you should probably look for is a breeder that is taking careful care to breed for health and temperament and doing health and temperament evaluations. Dalmatians can go deaf or be born deaf, so Linda did some bear testing on him. Dalmatians are known as stone formers. They have the most acid in their urine, and they can create stones that can cause them to not be able to urinate and go to renal failure. So Quest is an LUA Dalmatian, low uric acid, so he's never going to have the problem that I have with my other Dalmatian, Farley, who is a stone former, who has to be on a very strict diet. Also, Dalmatians, and like a lot of breeds, have different I don't want to say diseases, but things that they're more susceptible to. Dalmatians, there's something called copper storage, where the dog stores copper in their blood system. I'm not a biologist, so I'm not going to get into the details. I might have that a little bit off. But Linda specifically screened out dogs that had those characteristics of the high uric acid and the copper storage and things along those lines, where other breeders I spoke to did not. And they're championing the cause to reduce copper storage or find a solution to that disease, which is great and a noble endeavor. But a responsible breeder, I think, in my opinion, and from what I've learned from Linda, goes out of their way to provide dogs that are gonna improve the quality of the breed, not to let dogs go out. For example, Linda won't let a dog go out if it might be breeding if it has a blue eye. Dogs, Dalmatians with blue eyes, are more have a higher chances of producing deaf offspring or blind offspring. So by simply not choosing dogs from those with those characteristics in their biology, she can actually have a positive influence on the breed, which is great and amazing. Obviously, I like to, experience counts, as I mentioned earlier. In the right dogs, in the right situations, and good breeders will actually evaluate the different candidates who are looking to adopt the dogs and make sure they're placing the dogs that are going to fit in the right home. In the litter that Quest came from, there were some dogs that were a little more high energy that would be great for agility training. She specifically is placing those dogs in homes where they do want agility training and plan to utilize that. So that puts the dog in a position to succeed before it even goes home. It's in the right situation. There's also a lot of things that you can do while you are raising the dogs in the whelping box. There's a brilliant DVD out there that if you are even considering getting creating some puppies or having a litter, you should absolutely get this. This walks you through. There are so many things that you can do. For example, if you simply pet the mother dog while she's pregnant with the puppies, that will create puppies who have more of a desire to be touched later in life. Mother dogs, when they're breastfeeding, the puppies get their little sharp teeth and they start biting too hard. Sometimes that gets frustrating for the mother. And if the guardian or the breeder doesn't give that dog the ability to leave the pen, they can turn into a situation where they start snipping at the dogs, which can create anxiety in the puppies. So simply giving the mother the ability to leave the whelping box can go a long ways towards helping. There's a ton of little things like that, the Battaglia stimulation. Simply holding a puppy upright from day 3 to day 16 for about 5 seconds drains the blood out of their brain. And this triggers a reaction in the system to say, hey, heart, pump faster, get blood back up there. That creates a stronger heart for the dog. So there are a lot of things that you can do that dogs are born without stress or a fear response initially because they're blind and deaf. And so by stressing them out just a tiny little bit, we can actually help prepare them to deal with bigger stresses later on in life. Linda has been breeding Dalmatians for 30 years. She is the chair of the Dalmatian, chair of membership for the Dalmatian Association of America, the breeder referral chair for the Dalmatian Association of America, and has produced a number of litters. So she works with me, as opposed to some of the other breeders that told me, no, I will tell you which dog you will get, and I will ask you questions and you have no input. Sometimes that's a good thing, a breeder who's taking care to make sure she's matching the right dogs, but a lot of these breeders I got the impression more of, I want to control things. And again, I was looking for a very specific dog for my needs, and I just couldn't be happier with Linda and all the great things that the team over at Patch Mountain Dalmatians did. So, this video is a lot longer than I wanted to make it, but do your research. I mean, if you're going to get a puppy, the best suggestion I could give you is to get the Puppy Culture DVD set. It's about $60 to $70. It will tell you exactly what to look for in a breeder, and it will give you a roadmap to success. Very much like the videos that we're going to do here on Doggone Problems as I'm raising Quest under the Quest Ed moniker. All right, so that's my little synopsis of or summary of how to find a breeder. There's a lot more to finding a good breeder, but I'm going to put some links below this video of some good resources that you can find. I invite you to please investigate, utilize them, do your research before you get a puppy. Trust me, you're going to have a lifetime with that puppy that's going to be either very happy or very frustrating based on the research and the work that you do before you get a dog, once you find the breeder, and then while you're raising that puppy. Hopefully these videos are going to help you in that.